Asina walaka na sana. Onye jiji ga na konye jinani. Okonu geku. Manobuzi onye agwazilo kweno. Nabuzi na kokwe kano. Kweke iku. Tebenu onye mara okwere abojide ni alisenu amazi ni boke manoka dele onye na tebenu onye akwani buzi no kedugo siganu anyidi ni zubwe kili anya budani wa ijubanu moyi
madanyanyu manobu Imanifu doing siga waka Kida fuzi nara nife Iyoko ojeko mwemba Ojeko mwemba Lele Baby magweme Baby magweme Kaya chokole Imanife delede Nogi fe lene Na street ome Sana maga, open up because see your baby, see some now. When I got that mama, one belly ya nana. It could be when I toss canana, cause I'm a carpenter. I feel it before the Nigeria. I'm walking boutique and no more got for that this year. The boys will be beefing and we are on a total. And mess up alone on over my atona toto. I should know atona toto. I'm back on the China go. Okili kana wuku say. Hey yo, we got like you. You cannot stop the movie train. Munyagia, we got like you. The girl who say na madanyanyu. No love maka no that 1 million. Ilie my money ya bela diria. Ta, ana manife. Money for doing cigar waka. Keep it for Zimara Nife. Yoko, Joko,
The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here.
trendybeats.com.
Zobu, zobu, enyimba, master.
Toya dike, nenu dike. Toya dike, nenu dike. Iye jamara dike ruenu, ekwe chenjigo. Iye jamara dike ruenu, ekwa dagarigo. Onwere ngabasi, onemekasi. Onwere ngabasi, onapiakasi. Ebube dike, ibe irikekwe. Wani manaria, achalugo dike. Clear the road for Musabi. Step aside for the game changer. Onya ne kuma kia putago.
chiri jigbo mmanwụ shi
ya gbẹ́ni ẹ̀kọ́ fúnlẹ́kù. Ọmọ bàbá àwọn ènìyàn.
I had this in mind all through from Lagos, and I didn't take it upon myself to talk about my husband because on a maka onye ọzọ kwuo maka mmadụ maka na asị onye ọbụla ka ọkọ maka nwanne ya ọ ga-asị na nwanne ya nwụla ọ bụsịalụ mmadụ na ọ nwere onye dị ka ya, you know. But then when you hear from other people, like you hear from here and there, they are saying the same things. So you have no choice but to believe it, right? So no it's about my husband, my late husband, Arinze. Of a truth, he's a wonderful person. He's a wonderful soul. I married him at a very tender age. We grew up together like friends. We are blessed by his grace. And there are a lot of things that if I remember about him, it makes me like I laugh. It gives me joy. I laugh about them. One of them is when I got married to my husband. I was taken to the convent to stay with the Reverend sisters, and then I didn't know my husband for the next 3 months. Then he prepared for our wedding, and he wedded me. And we went back to Lagos. Our first Sunday in Lagos, that was on Saturday preceding it, he asked me to come with him so that I would go for confession at the church. So we went. On Sunday we went to church. It's an early morning mass. Then while we were parking the car, he was finding it difficult to park where he wants to. But the church was almost, time. So he was like hurrying us up. I was there, his company man was there, late Emeka Akibusi. And we went down from the car and I took some books. He called me back. He said I should keep this book, I was surprised. But then I kept the book. Newly married people, you don't really know whom you're marrying, you just keep learning. So I kept the book. I went with the ones I had. So I went into the church and I was able to secure a place where his company man sat there, and I sat, and then I was reserving the outer part for my husband. And we were there for a long time, people were coming in. It was time for mass. It was actually time for the priest to come in, and I was wondering, where is he? Has he not parked? I was looking for him. Then suddenly, as the priests were coming, I looked the direction of the priest. I saw a tall man, a tall young man. I cannot really make out if it's my husband because he never told me he was a manservant. I never knew he was going to be amongst those people coming out with the prince. So I was so naive, and I overlooked it, and I was still waiting for him. People will come to sit there, and I'll say, no, somebody is there. Until this man came closer, I looked, and I said, is that not Ugodinobi? And the company man beside me, I looked his direction. He turned his face the other way. And I said, what are these people playing at? So I kept quiet again. Then the next thing, he was close. And then the priest, he was supposed to go in through this entrance with the priest. And my husband passed me. He didn't wink an eye. He didn't like smile. He didn't like behave as if he knew me. And then I turned again to look at his company man. This time he smiled and drew his face away. And in me I said, oh, these people are playing me. Okay, let's see. So I turned my face and I became focused at the mass, but I wasn't really focused at the mass. I was thinking of a lot of things. One of the things I was thinking was, why did he marry me if he's not ready for marriage? Why did he wed me if he doesn't want to get married? You know, does he want to be a priest? Does he want to be a religion? Does he want to be a monk? You know, I was back upstairs, so I was in the mass, but I wasn't really following the mass. So at the time for communion, I didn't go for communion because I knew that I wasn't like focused at the mass, you know, spirit, soul, you know. So I was just there, body. So after the mass, I came out with him, with his company man, and we went to the car. And we waited a little, then he came, and he opened the car, and then I was supposed to sit at the front with him. So I refused to sit at the front with him. I asked his company man to come to the front, and the company man said, why? I said, no, just come to the front. And then my husband, like he knew what is in my mind, said to his company man, don't worry, come to the front. And then I went to the back and I sat. So when we got home, I was still thinking. I went to the kitchen to do one or two things, but I wasn't composed. So I went to the company man's room door and I knocked. I said, come out. Then he said, Obi, what is it? I said, please come. And I went back to the parlor and I sat down. And when he came down, I stood up. I said to them, what actually happened today? What was the game all about, you know? Then both of them started laughing, you know? And then my husband said that it's not a joke, that he's a mass servant. I said, as old as you are, really, you serve mass? I said, yes, that they call it night of the altar. I said, well, you never told me. You don't take people like that. You don't just surprise people like that. Just unaware, suddenly my husband is not with me. No, I don't like that. Or say, I'm sorry. Nyana serve mass, and that the door says every Sunday at any mass that he is appointed to attend. So I said, okay, maybe you just be attending that mass. If there's another church somewhere, I want to be attending that church. So my husband said to me, okay, would that make you happy? I said, yes. He said, okay, whenever I finish attending my mass and I come back, I will take you to another mass so that we'll attend mass together. So I just wanted to give you a little illustration of the kind of person my husband is. You understand? He was ready to like shut down his own rest time in order to take me to another church and then be there with me until the end of the mass. But then I said no, and no problem. Next Sunday I got ready and went with him. I got used to my husband being a mass servant. Okay? So that is the kind of man I married. That is this Peter Arinze. He's a wonderful person. He's a wonderful soul. I was married my husband for, by God's grace, 42 years. And in those 42 years, we've not had any reason to fight. God knows. We've not had any reason to fight. We've not had any reason to keep malice, honestly. Even if I'm angry, my husband will make me laugh. Okay, now, coming to other people, I don't have the opportunity like to say to my husband, this person offended me. He will tell me, don't mind. See, do whatever you can because of God. If you know what God says, do it. See, leave the rest. Another one will say to me, don't disturb yourself. We are going somewhere. Just be focused on where we are going, because this world is not our home. That is my husband's language. And then he will always tell you, be mindful of what you do to others, because somehow it will come back to you. That is my husband for you. So I will always tell anybody who wants to know that my husband is a wonderful person. Believe me, even in my father's house, I've never seen anybody as good as my husband. It's honestly, I don't know, but God knows. I have never seen any. He's the kind of person who if he says to you in your front, your before, that you are good, if he smiles with you, he will not wink at your back. He will not curse you at your back. He will say the same thing at your back, and he will smile the same at your back. He's the one who tells someone, if you offend him, he tells you that what you did is not good. If you offend somebody, he tells, he's that kind of person who wants peace. He will tell you that he wants the peace that Jesus, peace that the world cannot give. He wants real peace, and that peace he gives it to everybody around him. My husband fell sick for like 3 years. But in that 3 years, believe me, my husband never said why. He never asked why. My husband never said, he's that kind of person. He accepts his fate. And the same way, even if he wakes up, see you crying, he will ask you, why are you crying? Why are you crying? That's the kind of person he is. So I will tell you that my husband, Arinze, is a very good man. And I pray that God will grant him eternal rest where he is. I know that he is in a good place. Believe me, I try my best to be a Christian. I know when somebody is really working hard, and I live with this man in the same house. He does not have enemy. It's a real thing to say of a man. He does not have enemy. He wants to help even with the little he has, and he wants to help you in all totality. He doesn't want to help you midway and leave you suffer some way. He's not that kind of person. So my husband, in a nutshell, is a very good child of God. He's a good man. He's a wonderful father. He's a loving husband. He's a beautiful friend. He's wonderful. This is the much I have to say about him. I can talk about my husband from today, tomorrow. I can talk about my husband. All I'll tell you is, honestly, if I tell you that Peter Arinze is a good soul, you can ask somebody else who is Peter Arinze. Ask somebody else, what do you know about Peter Arinze? They will tell you that he is a good soul. He's a good soul. He doesn't pretend about Christianity. He seeks Christianity. He seeks the kingdom of God from his heart. And every other thing comes last, not first. That's him.
Peter Arinze.
What position again our family? I'm only see I'm going to make anyị kere ka anyị siri nnọọ anyị kwara mkpa gị ọfụma ije ga ya gosi gị n'aha Jizọs daalụ si akpọ sut iri onye na-eje ebe ọ na-eme na anyị nọ taata na be Pita na Chief Peter Arinze Ugodinobi na ediketi ngere ibere abụọ ọrụ asịsị buwe orubeghị ọbịta na Chineke ma nke dị mma mkpụrụ oke na 71 Pita bụ ezigbo mmadụ onye ekpere ihe Chineke na-asụ nsọ ebe ọbụla ọnụ oge ọrụ ọrụ na-ekwu maka Chukwu oge ọrụ ọrụ na-ekwu maka ekpere oge ọrụ ọrụ ọ na-enwe Chineke aṅụrị ihe ụka na-asụ enye igwe na-agụ ya agụụ ama m ọ bụ ka Chineke ji wee kpọrọ ya n'oge enye igwe na-agụ ya agụ ọ chọrọ ọ napụwe Jesu Kristo ọ n'aka mmiri ihe Chineke na-asụ nsọ ọ na-ekpe ekpere mgbe e kreetiri platfọm ndị na-ekpere ọgụgụ ekpere vileji ọrụ na mmadụ na-abụ ọ mụ na ya kpere ibe na-abụ mụ na ya gara n'afọ ibe na-abụ ndị ekpere for 1 year ife ọfọdụ anyị na-anya bidowe obodo oyibo so Pita bụ ezigbo mmadụ anyị kere Chineke n'ezigbo ndụ kele Chineke na ụmụazụ oyiri nwunye onye ụmụnne onye na wee sị ka mkpụrụ obi ozi ike na ndụkwa ụmụ ya etopụrụ ọha ya akpọ Pita ya akpa ha akpọkọrọ mkpa ha ọfụma ọfụma si ka Chineke bunye ya elu na ego ahụ pụtara ebe nna ka Chineke otu ya ọha na ụmụ Pita ga-alụ unu ga-aghọkarị ihe Pita bụ onye aka na-epụta anyị kere ndị na-edere ebe a tasị okwu ji bịa unu ga-eji na ya abakarị aka m bụ mesi abụọ sut onye na-eje ebe ọ na mgbe ị na-emepụrụ ọtụrụ aga nyazie na akwụkwọ
onye omejeni iluzie solunu akụ na biri ịnata ọkwala ị na-agwazi ọkama ya n'ụwa mụrụ okwu ngwali igbo ikachie ntị iluzie bulu onye omebezi na n'igbo okwu ngwali igbo ikachizie ntị jebe iluzie wolo na ya nwanne m ebe n'ebe onye omebezi na n'igbo ọgazi amaka weji na agbanwo ọgazi amaka weji na osili onye ọma nkenke na ijiri ekeke na lọjika isadalo aji ashagata na mụrụ sadebeno aji asadebe ebeleno ọsadebe nna ya mụrụ obi amụzie n'osiri nwa ọsadebeno nna m na nwanne m ebe n'ebe n'ebe na onye mmanụ ojeligwe ogbu evi nne ojeligwe bijila nwanne m ebe n'ebe n'ebe na nwanne m ebe zi na ebe
Umweni ke kwenu. Kwenu. Kwezweni. Ene kwasa kwenu. Kwenu. Kwezweni. Mambo. Ai kene kile. Anga dia na ai dire ndio kwa ile kitu. Bon kwa ndio na. Atara. Chineke we fi yo bia bere tari ya. Bere ta ko ndio na bia na. Le kwaria. Ya eje ju ajụjụ ọnya wetara ya wetara then nke ọzọ amaghị m na nwa di anaghị nwere ikorobịa hela ụna amaghị na mgbe ụlọ ụlọ mana ama ada ama na ụlọ ya mana ụna amara nne m na ụlọ ajụ ahụ ụlọ kedu aka ebe ahụ
ama mundo mana maham
so ya ito so no ya bi na ya me agi so kama we pe ba kan ma no na pita na ya na ya mana funu ha wonde ai se kai bia apu ha ai kai fu ha ọ ya ahụ mmadụ apụta n'ibe nwa mmadụ ọla ọja ma na ọ nụrụ ochie ka ọ nwa 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 dị anọ nwa gbuo ya ọ ka mma etu anyị ji n'igwe bịa afọ anyị n'igwe eme na-eche na mbe nna ha ya dara isi na mmadụ anọghị ya mmadụ ka nkụ so anyị nwere anyị bụ na anyị na ụlọ nọ ebe a taa ndụmọdụ na-ekwukarị ndị kwuru ihe m na-ekwu etu ahụ na-eme anyị na-ekwu ndị a na-akụ anyị ma ha na-apụta na anyị abịaba anyị site dị oge ọbụla ama na ndị unu sitere aka anyị na-ekwu maka oge ọzọ ndị a ma mmadụ ga-ayọrọ ndagabe m na nje ka anyị maka n'ebe akụkọ anyị nwere ike dị maka anyị na-ekpe ekpere Chineke ga-eme ka ihe na-ebide anyị maka nwa dị na ahịa agba akagebe mmiri ọjị nwere papa nwere ya aga ya aga Pita nwụrụ mana Pita nanụ ya Pita nnarị mana Pita Kano lee n'anya onye jiri onye mmadụ na-agba anyị ịkọjọ ụjọ ọhịa ịkpata ya ha gbagharịa ndị ọka isi udo na ịfụnanya n'etiti nna anyị ya na ụmụ ya na ụmụnna ụmụ niile ọ na-enyere anyị osi ndị anọghị nso ọ nọ kaka ọjụọ ebe dị na-etu ụmụnna anyị si ma ha agazikwa n'ihu onwe nke unu nwere na-atụ na-asị na charity begins at home chairman anyị akụwa ndị ihe mere na anyị abịara mana ọ bịa bụkarịkarị anyị maka na ọ na obube anyị kwa ka a na-agba nwunye anyị nya iwu Chukwu na obi ji anyị ọdụmukwe oke akpụ na Chinemere ofu nna so n'ọba anyị nọ na tebụl ya ala ya mana anyị kabara ahụ esi abịa akwamoju ebe a nọgide anyị nọdụ ebe a ka gbasara nri ka a butere nwa wee ka ya wee kpọrọ iwu ọ bụla ha na ndị mmadụ abịa ebe so anyị wee kenye ụlọ ozi were iwe oke su ụlọ
ụmụ enike kwezuonu mbidogodo ka mbido kenegodo nna anyị ya na-ekenezi unu na-ege ntị ihe niile ahụ ejere anyị eti deti anyị akwa Pita anyị ejekwu fada ụtụtụ ọnụ ụtụtụ very early in the morning ọ nọrọ na-eche fada emekata nsị obodo na nke emeghị isi gị eji ọnụ ọnọdụ ya ka ọ nke ọzọ o ya eji hụrụ nna ya ukwu anyị na-eji ihe niile mana ọ ụdị mmadụ ya wee na-agbagharị maka na ofiri n'ọnwụnwe ya mgbe a na-ekwu na n'ọda ndị bịa na-esi na wutere maka na emere Pita esi eme mana nkọwa unu kọwasịarị na-atakwazi ya ebe dị tata ka o mejuo nkwa nwukwe ihe ihe nubere mpe mana wee ndị na-etu ahụ na ọ ga-akarị etu a daalụnụ unu mere ọfụma ka esi mgbọdụ unu nyere ba ọ na ha ege ntị ọ na-abara uru mana ọ na-adị ndị obodo oyibo enwe ka ha si eme mana a na-arịọ unu biko unu adịgo ndụmọdụ nna unu ndị nna ochie gwara unu atụ ụkwado ya atụ unu ga na-echeta unu na-echeta ikwu na ibe unu asị na onye fewezie emekwana ya jọgbuo onwe ya daalụnụ gọzie unu anụ ndụmọdụ ihe unu ha ga-eji eme ihe a ga na-agbara ha aka echetakwara ba nwere ike ekelere isi
Master Larry Gaga